Welcome to January 3rd's LeetCode Challenge. Find the town judge. In a town, there are N people labeled from 1 to N. There's a rumor that one of these people secretly the town judge. If the town judge exists, then these three conditions must be met. The town judge trusts nobody. Everybody except for the town judge trusts the town judge. There's exactly one person that satisfies properties 1 and 2. You're given the array trust, where trust at I is given as a pair value A sub I and B sub I, representing that the person labeled I trusts the person labeled B and I. Return the label of the town judge exists and can be identified, or return -1 otherwise. All right, so that's pretty it's pretty much like kind of like a game at the end of the day. It's a game where if everybody trusts the town judge trusts nobody, and everybody trusts the town judge, then therefore the town judge meets that criteria of 1 and 2. Then therefore the number is the label of the town judge, and that's what we have to return. And given that A trusts the person labeled B, if we're given this first example, 1 trusts 2, and you have no other information, therefore 2 is the town judge. Right? And then 1 trusts 3, and 2 trusts 3, then therefore everybody trusts 3, but 3 trusts nobody else, therefore 3 is the town judge. And given here, we have 1 trusts 3, 2 trusts 3, but 3 trusts 1, therefore we break the cycle here, it doesn't work, so therefore we return -1 because otherwise, right? The town judge does not meet any of these conditions. Alright. So at the end of the day, we have a couple of approaches we could do. We do, for instance, similar to two hash maps, one to keep an array of people who the town trusts, people who trust other people, and then we want to keep a dictionary of people who don't trust anybody. But that's kind of long-winded. We could just simply do an array where we keep track of, say, if a person A trusts a person B, then we would increment say if we have one person here that trusts another person, then we would decrement the count, right? And then if the person, so say we don't know who the judge is, right? So we're getting the first index. So that means that if A trusts B, then therefore we know that B is a good candidate to be a judge so long as 2 does not trust anybody else, right? So we want to use that concept moving forward. So we're going to make an array, and it's going to be a list comprehension for 0 for blank in range of n. So we make a two-dimensional array, a list comprehension here. So we make the size we populate an array of zeros for the size of the number of people inside the trust array. So find judge is the function that takes in the parameter of number, right, the int, which is the number of people, and also the number of the array trust as well. So we're lucky to already have the number of people that we know that should be in our array. So therefore we're going to make an array of size of n, right? And then next thing we want to do is do a for loop. So for A and B, so for each index A and B inside the trust, I should say, we are going to search, we're going to keep track of our array. So for each number, each person labeled from 1 to n inside our array, we're going to keep a tally of inside the array of whether they trust somebody else or somebody trusts them. Alright, and we're going to do that by simply just changing the index of A minus 1, and we're going to decrement by 1. That means that A trusts somebody, right? So this means people who, people who trust B, And then we want to do something similar with an array size b minus 1, and we want to increment 1. That means that this is the people who lend their trust from A, and this is people who receive the trust from B. So therefore, we kind of cut down to our two hash map or dictionary approach. So we just basically do for A and B in trust, so we just iterate through each of the two paired values inside our trust, keeping track of, the number of people inside that we have inside our array, because we're given n. Next thing we want to do is do a for loop to iterate through each index in our array. So let's do that for I in range of length of array. So once we have all that information, keeping tally within an array, next thing we're going to do is iterate through each index in our array of the length of our array. Now, if the array at index I is equal to n minus 1, then we're going to have to return I plus 1. That means that we have found, so when this is true, that means that we have somebody, A trusts B, but B trusts nobody else inside our array. And therefore we have, it's going to be the index before, after it, so it'll be I plus 1. Then we want to return -1 if it does not, otherwise it does not exist. So let's run this code. Alright, let me see, submit it, and let me see, think of another way to explain this. So that works. Let's see. So the reason why we, well, first of all, time complexity is big O of n, right? We iterate through two for loops, independently. Memory is big O of n as well, right? We store everything inside an array. And yeah, there you go. Have a great day, guys.